Okay, thank you for your patience. I was not aware it was recording this long. The network was being very slow. It was technical difficulties, but welcome back, everyone. We are back again. Today is January 1st. Today in the United States, it's Inauguration Day. Donald J. Trump has took an oath of office to his second term. Non-consecutively. We can talk more about that later. But today I've been waiting for a very long time for updates, and we cannot project that we've got enough information to actually tell you about Vanuatu. Okay, that is the second international election of the year. And if you're from Vanuatu, you have an interesting country. And I'm being completely honest, your country, and of course, it's a cluster of islands in the said Oceania, and these islands it's kind of difficult to talk about island countries. We usually don't talk about these countries when it consists of these tiny little islands, but there's in some circumstances like Vanuatu where you actually have clear lists of political parties. We are able to do that. Like the Marshall Islands and the Solomon Islands, they're more difficult. But we're going to go ahead and update the situation in Vanuatu. This is not the actual results. This is actually the current seats. As you can clearly see, the Vanuatu Party, and that is Vanuatu Padi is, of course, their native language for party. In other words, the Vanuatu is what we could call it. The Vanuatu Party is a center-left to left-wing political party. It is the dominant soul-breaking party of Vanuatu. It stands for Melanesian socialism, democratic socialism, Vanuatuan nationalism, and Anglophone interests, meaning with Anglophone interests. What that means is interests with other countries that have been colonized, or other words, territorially owned formally by Britain. They're also interested in keeping their ties with the United Kingdom. I want to believe they're a part of the Commonwealth of Nations. I'm blanking on that word there, but this is in actual English. The party's called My Land Party. This is the dominant political party of the said country. And then again, Vanuatu, very left-wing, socialist-like country. As you can see, clear ideology there. They are the leading party. Before the election occurred, they had 7 seats in parliament. They were in competition with UMP. It was currently a tie between the My Land Party and the UMP. And UMP is Union of Moderate Parties. And this political party is more center-right. This is the conservative faction of Vanuatu. Of course, there are other political parties like the Rural Development Party. That doesn't really give me a soul-included ideology, I see. Land and Justice, which is more of an indigenous rights political party. The Ni Vanuatu Traditionalism. It's more of a nativist, as you can see from the Tiki right here, that it gives you basically a native, diverse group of Vanuatuan party there. The RMC, the Reunification Movement for Change. That is a center-right political party. So I guess Vanuatu is more conservative. But what I'm seeing from electoral history-wise, this strong party, the My Land Party, is extremely strong. The Leaders Party doesn't really give me a clear look here. Is the Eku group or the Eagle group. That political party is, of course, it's split from that My Land Party. Whoops. National United. This is a Christian party. Despite being Christian, you'll see social democracy, Christian democracy, Anglophone interest, Vanuatu nationalism. Decentralism is more center-left, though. The center-left political party, that is, of course, National United. Negrimel, that is a center-right political party. Ni Vanuatu Traditionalism. Espiritu Santo autonomy, regionalism, cultural conservatism, economic liberalism, welfarism, that is ranging from center to center right. People's Progressive, obviously more left-wing party, center left, supports reformism and social democracy. The PUDP, that page does not exist, but the party does exist. National Development, no real information there. They just hold one seat in Parliament. Actually, 2 seats, according to that. Lavaro Movement, the Progressive Development Movement, the UCM, the Liberal Movement, the UCM. That's the UCM, the NCM, and the Namarakana Movement, along with independents. So Parliament is clustered, divided, of course, with a majority. You need 27 seats to win. Now, neither party has a majority. So it's kind of an understatement to say that the My Land Party is such a powerhouse. But let's see the actual results. Initial results released on the 18th of January showed the leaders of the Party of Vanuatu, with a plurality of 11 seats in Parliament, followed by the Vanuatu Party with 7 seats, and the Union of Moderate Parties and the Reunification Movement for Change with 6 seats each. The Laku Group with 5 seats, and the Land and Justice Party with winning 4 seats. Okay, so it looks like the Leaders' Party of Vanuatu, where we didn't really have any information of that, it kind of has got a huge increase there. Here's the Leaders' Party. Okay, Leaders' Party gained 6 seats, actually. It was a huge win for the Leaders' Party this time around. Vanuatu... actually say the Vanasku Party still with 7 seats, so obviously Leaders' Party was taking seats from these very tiny political parties like Progressive Movement. Good news for Land and My Land Party, the My Land Party. They still have their 7 seats. Not really a loss, but it seems as if they lost the majority there. And that the Leaders' Party right here is the majority. Okay, so there's also the Union of Moderate Parties, the center-right political party. And with the Reunification Movement for Change, that is another center-right party. I don't think we covered it, but that covers Francophonie, meaning that they mainly see interest in France, okay? That word. The Francophone area. They want us to be aligned more with French-speaking cultures and cultural conservatism. You also have... So, the Union of Moderate Parties and the Reunification Movement for Change with 6 seats. The Laku Group with 5 seats, and the Land and Justice Party winning 4 seats. Land and Justice still with 4. Okay, so this is pretty much the results. They need to update this, but looking at 2022, we're still waiting for the percentages. So let's take a look at Vanuatu and their leaders. List of Vanuatu prime ministers. So yeah, they have a prime minister. They don't have a president because they're a part of that Commonwealth. They technically have a monarch, and that's Charles III. He is the king of Vanuatu in technical terms. The last time we had an election like this was in 2022, where the country elected Ishmael Kalasaku, who comes from the Union of Moderate Parties. Okay? And it looks like 7 out of 7. He was the sworn winner there. And here's our map of ideologies. Dominant ideologies by country. But we could make a change of Vanuatu being a conservative nation, if they get away with actually electing a like the UMP, I do think it's actually possible that that would be a change. This is 2022. It looks like Ishmael Kalasaku could be reelected. This is the current leader. He's up. Oh, actually, no, he isn't up. This guy, Charlotte Salawi, is up for re-election. He comes from the Reunification Movement for Change. And that one, Rural Unification Movement for Change. That's the conservative movement that I did not see. Actually, I thought, yeah, this is right here. Reunification Movement, right here. 5 seats. And it looks like they did gain a respective plurality. I thought they maybe gained 6 seats. But I don't know. Maybe they'll have to vote. Like, this is sort of like how the United States House of Representative elections go, guys. They have their election. They elect their seats. And it's later on, a month later, where they'll actually hold an election in the legislature to vote for the prime minister. So voters actually don't vote on the prime minister, similar to how voters in the United States don't vote for the United States Speaker. That's the members of the legislature, in this case, Parliament's job. So ideally, voters plant the seeds for the prime minister to be voting. That's kind of the process in Vanuatu. It's a common process in all these Commonwealth of Nation said countries. Even in Canada and Australia, they use that same system. But in these more Commonwealth island countries, it's kind of hard to predict, seeing that I would say they're technically third world. They're not as prosperous as Canada and Australia, so it's kind of hard for them to actually find a clear majority. So 2020, you'll see, this guy, Leaders Party, ended up winning. No clear majority there. But, yeah, you'll see Bob Logman comes from the Myland Party, the Vanuatu Party, in actual term language. 2016. This is what I'm talking about. It seems as if the Vanuatu Party is actually losing its popularity. 15.5. It's kind of hard to say. So we got to figure out where Vanuatu is on the map so we can actually make a theory. But let's take a look here. We just want to see the map. Come on. Now it's being slow. You see? Yeah, there we go. All right, so it's right by New Caledonia. I think I can point that on the map. There we go. Right here, you have the islands. Right there by New Caledonia, and that's a part of France, of course. But you'll see we have it as left wing, as in blue. And that's because of the Vanuatu Party, in other words, controlling that. But we were unaware that the party before that election was the Reunification Movement for Change, and that is more of a conservative political party. So really, we're going to say it's tossed up as of right now. The right could actually pick up a country. Last time we did an international election, the right held Croatia, despite the left winning in a presidential election. But can the right flip this race? And when it's looking like 2025, it's looking like the right has absolutely did pretty good in this election. You're seeing results winning. You got the Leaders Party of Vanuatu with a plurality of 11 seats. That is, of course, the dominant political party, and we are unknown that if this political party is more of a leftist political party or a conservative political party. It doesn't really tell us. The party was formed in 2015 by Nothan Napat, a former Director General of the Ministry of Infrastructure and Public Utilities. In the 2016 elections, the party fielded 5 candidates, winning 1 seat, Napat, in Tana. The party won 4 additional seats in the 2020 elections. On the 2022 snap election, the party retained its 5 seats and joined Ismail Casco's government coalition. So really, this is the election results from, I would say, 6 years of election results. And it's kind of looking like, I don't really understand what really this party's sole belief is in. I guess I have to do more research on this party before I make a projection in the community tabs. But what will possibly happen, guys, is that this Vanuatu, we may not make a call on who will actually win. The chances is that the right will pick this up, and this is what we're possibly going to call the right will probably win 111. They'll expand by 1 seat. That is Vanuatu. Why? Because it looks like if we got to figure out what the real ideology of the Leaders Party is. If it's a progressive party, then I'm sorry, but we will have to say it's a leftist victory. But I am unsure, but we know the political party, and the winner of that party, the winner of this election is the Leaders Party. But where does the Leaders Party stand on issues on the political spectrum, left or right? I can't tell you, because Wikipedia is so dense, doesn't even say the ideology, and not their fault. I can't go hard on Wikipedia. My bad, Wikipedia. I understand. There's no information on the sort of the stances of this party. It's very hard to find. So it's kind of hard to get on Wikipedia's back on this. But what it's looking like, we know we have our winner, Leaders Party of Vanuatu. Ideally, has this party control? How long has this party been in power? It was the winner we know the elected Prime Minister 2022 was Ismail Casco, who comes from the UMP, the Union of Moderate Parties. He is a conservative. In 2020, there was a leftist that was elected. That was Bob Logman from the said, I'm trying to pronounce the native name, Vanuatu Pate, which obviously retaining the left's majority there. 2016, Charlotte Salwi, coming from the Reunification Movement Party, another conservative party. So it's going back and forth between the left and the right. But what will happen is, I don't know. Honestly, it really does depend on the legislature and the next subsequent prime minister. I will probably update you on that. But right now, it's unclear if Vanuatu is a conservative or a leftist country. And what we're seeing pattern-wise, we could say, bring back the original results before the election. This is a conservative, 2016. The Green Confederation, this is definitely left. Another left-wing party, so it goes back and forth every 2 years, it seems. This is a leftist party. So I'm pretty much all done and sad saying, I'm probably calling it a leftist party as of right now. Barely a leftist country. But let's see. Prime Minister that's elected in 2004. and then we'll end this very complicated and long video. So 2004. We're looking for that 2004 election. There we go. So 2004 was Sergei Vahor. He comes from the Union of Moderate Parties again, bringing that left, that temporary left wing. I would say it's left wing. Vanuatu Paki in 2002. Vanuatu Paki, 1998. Union of Moderate Parties in 1995. Union of Moderate. So I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to call it a retain as of right now, but this is subjugated to change. Seeing that we have the lack of information, we're projecting that the left will keep Vanuatu in the circumstances that, unless they elect their new prime minister, we'll check up on this. And you might see in the community tabs, I will not make another video on Vanuatu. My bad. But there will be no video on Vanuatu, but instead what you will see is a notice that I would say if there is no notice, then the right probably didn't pick up a country. But if there is a notice, then we will make a projection on this channel. NSC will then project that the right will pick up a formerly swing country. I like to call it a swing country of Vanuatu, a very competitive country. But what do you guys think in regards to this video? Let me know down below. And as always, I'll see you all in the next political episode.